Guys, welcome to JS Levels another video. I hope you guys are having an awesome 2017. Before starting today's video, I have few announcements to do. The first one is our giveaway alert. So JS Lover is doing the giveaway of Udemy courses and of Kindle. All you need to do is get as much as involved with our YouTube channel and our videos. Like, subscribe, comment, give your feedback and so on. And we are going to pick random people and we are going to give them the gifts. Okay. Second announcement is our upcoming meetup in January is in Google Office Gurgaon. This is a collaboration meetup with GDG New Delhi, and from JS Lover Jaswant will be giving the session on AngularJS 2. All the details are on our meetup page. I'm going to put the link at the bottom section of this video. Guys, the seats are very limited, so you need to register for that event to get the invitation. The third one is also related to our meetup in February. Again, all details are on our meetup page. You need to register. The forms are open so that we can send you the invites. Okay, so these were the announcements from JS Lover side. Now let's start with the video. Today's video is about mixins, and that too in native CSS. I hope you guys are aware of the mixins, which are in Sass and LAS, basically in CSS preprocessors. What are those? Why they are important? I'm going to give you a quick recap of that. So mixin is very useful when you are doing a lot of repetitive code. So what you can do, for example, I know that most of the heading will be having same styling. For example, the font size, font family, color, styling, etc. So what I can do is, instead of repeating that line of code again and again, what I can do, I can make a mixin and I can apply that particular code by calling that mixin again and again. So this is very useful. The most biggest advantage of having mixins in your code is you can always make sure that consistency is always there. So for example, when we are doing the constants, when we are doing the variable, we are making sure the values would remain the same. Similarly, in mixin, we are making sure the code would remain the same. And the best part of mixin is you can overwrite when you are calling that mixin as you want for that particular element. So for example, I have a heading on my home page which is having like 5 to 6 line of styling and the color is red. But when I am moving from home page to my product page, I want the every styling is same but the color should change to blue. So what can I do is I can call that particular mixin and then I can apply one line of code which will say color colon blue. What it will do, it will override the basic properties of that heading, which is color. So this is how you are actually making sure that the consistency of your project is there. You are writing less code, you are not repeating yourself, and you are making sure that whenever it is required, you can overwrite the values. So these were the properties in preprocessor. Sadly, when we are talking about the CSS native, we don't use. So this is the code section of this video. I have created a very simple markup. I have 3 buttons, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put the class 2. Okay, so let me just give a basic styling first to this markup. So I want width of 800 px, background should be this, margin auto, give some padding like 10 px, and min height, let me say like 300 px. Okay, and now let's give some global styling, and that is display block. Now most of the time what happens is, just a second. So most of the time what happen in your project, your button almost have same styling. The only difference there would be buttons which are varying in width, or varying in font style, or varying in the interactive state. So basically, if on some page the button background is blue and on hover the color change to white, there would be the possibility on another page the background would be like red and on hover the color would change on black. So what happened, the basic fundamental styling remains same, but only these property get changed because of those we need to make extra classes. So I will be probably making a class where I will be for the bigger width, less width, black hovering style, red hovering style, and so on. But through Mixin we can avoid this. So in CSS native, what we do is, again we declare all the mixin at the root level, and the way of declaring a mixin is same as variable. So button style colon, and here I can so say like padding would be 20 px, border border radius would be 5 px, background is blue, color is white, font size would be 24 px, text transform I want uppercase, and height I can increase. This is okay. So this is how I declare my mixing button style. Now when I want to call this, all I need to do is I need to use apply, see. Sorry. So now I'm not repeating my code, I only declare my code once, and all I am doing is through the help of apply I am calling this CSS. Now what I want to do is I want to play around with the styling basically. So what I will do is button 1, I want background to be red, see, I want font size to be 24 px, I want padding to be 10 px only, and I want border to be 0. So this is how you can, by using Mixin, you can still control your styling if I want to. If for example, if my button 2 requires me to simply just change the background, so I will just pass this, and I want to increase the width or decrease the width of this, see. So this is how the apply rule is very important. All you need to do is just declare your apply or your mixin at the root level like this, and when you are calling you just need to, by the using at the rule apply, and call your mixin. So guys, this is very useful feature. As I already mentioned, the web community is also already working on it to make it available ASAP. Keep your close eye on this feature, because when it will be out it would be like very awesome. Okay guys, so this is all for today's video. Do let me know your feedback. If you have any suggestion, please drop at the comment section. I would love to know if you're liking this video, or if you want me to do something else. I got one feedback that the videos are not HD. Guys, I'm sorry, but I'm still learning making this video and learning to edit these. But yeah, feedback taken. I'm working on that. So do subscribe, share your feedback, share the video, share the channel. It's very helpful for us. Thank you guys. Bye.